He's saying that I'm misleading my people. Is he my advisor?
The water wars in Murang'a County have heated up, and Governor Mwangi Wairia has his sleeves all rolled up. He is fighting two battles involving water. One with Murang'a Water and Sanitation Company over its control, and the other with the national government over plans to impose a 25% water levy on Nairobi County. On his battle with Muasco, Governor Wairia says he's simply fighting for devolution.
We started engaging water companies using the constitution. And they are behaving as if they have never gone to school. When I over-engaged them, they went to court. Intending to block me, they actually saying I was interfering with water services. I told them, but I have the constitution here. And I have a legal notice which devolved this function and these entities. They said, no, we are private entities. They must alter their memorandum and articles of association so that the ownership is clearly stated to be government. The moment they do that, then they will have the mandate.
At the water company's headquarters in Murang'a town, the gates are heavily guarded. The managing director here says they are still recovering from a break-in. Their offices were vandalized and their CCTV system stolen. He believes the governor is behind these backhanded tactics.
I remember the county government wanted us to be operating like a department of the county, which I think is illegal and unconstitutional, because those services are devolved. Water is supposed to be provided as guided by Water Act 2016.
They are collecting money, revenue which is meant to be collected by the county government, and they're not my agents. Then they are spending the money at source, and they are not accountable to us.
We collect the costs of production of water. There's no company in this country that sells water.
Murang'a residents find themselves in the middle of this storm. In Miriti village, local resident Washira shows us his dry taps. Like most of his neighbors here, he's been forced to make do.
Jukumu letu kubwa sasa siku hizi ni kwenda mtoni. Una haya nini punda kwa drum mzima ni 150. Sasa tuseme kama boma kama hili juu ya maji ya kuvua, kupika nini, lazima utumie 300.
The governor has promised residents free water, and he has told everyone under Muasco not to pay their water bills to the company.
This is a devolution at the village level. We are issuing whistles to every household. If they come disconnecting, alert neighbors.
Kama mtu amesema to treated like thieves, you know how in Kenya how thieves are being treated, wanakuwa wanauliwa, wanachomwa. Kwa hivyo tunahisi ya kwamba that's a threat even to our lives.
Sisi tuko na shida ya maji. Kwa hivyo atutetee. Tusiwe tunanunua maji.
Sasa wenye watakuwa wanafanya kazi pale, hiyo maintenance, ni nani watalipwa na nini?
Kwa hivyo unataka kulipia maji?
Maji lazima tulipe.
Governor Wairia is now taking his fight right to the doorstep of Nairobi County and the national government.
Nairobi rakes 10 billions for Murang'a water every year. Just water flowing to them. They sell to residents, even Murang'a residents. From equitable share, the county government gets 6 billions. Actually, they make double of what I get from the national government.
Tana River flows from Mount Kenya and Aberdares, and it flows through Murang'a, Kirinyaga, Garissa, Kitui, Machakos, Kitui, Garissa, Tana River, and then Kilifi County. And therefore, we cannot assign or say that this water belongs to this county.
A county like Narok, and they're my friends, and I support what's happening. They get revenue from Masai Mara at 100%. Even if you now go to Turkana, they have been allocated at 25%.
Nairobi is somewhere here.
Some experts like hydrologist Nancy Githaiga say that Governor Wairia does have an argument, but that the bigger issues shouldn't be lost in the politics.
The Mount Kenya water tower, we have waters also flowing into the same basin, you know, areas all the way in Meru, Maua, and so on. So what is going to happen to these areas? So if Murang'a is going to get benefits, which we are just talking about, I think 40%, 30% and so on, these areas would also be demanding returns for this region because the waters are coming from there. So as we're saying, it is okay to give back in terms of payment for environmental services, give the people who live upstream, you know, in a very organized way, resources to reinvest in managing the catchment.
And we're actually creating a water fund. It's like a trust fund. So all that money, plus the collections from local revenues, allowed water will be getting into that fund, and the fund will be properly managed. It will have fund managers, and that money will exclusively be going towards provision of water to the people of Murang'a.
At the County Assembly, a bill is in motion to set the guidelines for the pursuit of the benefit sharing on Murang'a's water resource.
We have proposed 25%, but we also need to get some information to collect views from the public. That is why we have come up with a schedule for the public participation.
We should also take into consideration that we don't contradict the existing law, more so the Water Acts, which has been made by the National Assembly.
I think we've brought in hydropolitics, as I would call it, the politics of water, and we are doing politics with water, which should not be the case. Even these communities in Murang'a and in other places in Kenya who have community projects, you know, we have many community projects, water projects, they charge. And yet these are their own community projects. We have many across the country. So if they charge just to operate, so who are we saying will be charging? Because there's nothing like free lunch. Someone is paying for it. So there's no free water or free reticulation. So are we saying they'll not pay and the county henceforth will be taking care of that burden? Who will be taking care of that burden?
Water cannot be given for free, and that's why we are not going to give Nairobi and anybody else water for free. The people of Murang'a have spoken, so we want an answer.
So if Nairobi says we are not paying...
Who is Nairobi?
Nairobi County government.
Who is Nairobi?
We are not paying the 25%. What will you do?
We shall cut off supply.
In 2015, this bill on natural resources benefit sharing, which included proposals on managing water among other natural resources, was drafted at the Senate. But the bill never saw the light of day. Now, with a governor so set in his ways and a cabinet secretary putting his foot down, it appears the impasse is just getting started. Asha Mwilu on special assignment in Murang'a County.